Hi. So this is a bit strange, and I know I haven't been updating as much as I have. But the primary reason is that I'm not busy so much as I've been sneaking in these videos. I mean, the reason why I created this channel was because I felt that there was no other choice. I mean, Australia itself doesn't provide any work opportunities or low skilled work opportunities for people like me, for young people. Anyways, today's topic is primarily going to be the first international segment I'm going to be talking about. Now, I want to talk about the United States 2016 election. First and foremost, we can all agree that Hillary Clinton lost. It is out there, very known why and if. But there are two primary reasons why she lost to Donald Trump, a candidate with a record number of unfavorability. I believe the last poll showed an unfavorability rating of 63%. Granted, this is during the primary season when everything becomes more polarized. However, the fact remains that um, she lost to Donald Trump. The first reason why she lost to Donald Trump was that she reduced the turnout of her base. As Kyle Kulinski once said, you always make sure your base remains locked in. This is demonstrated first and foremost with the NDP in Canada. And I'm saying this as a warning to the Green Party in Australia. Always make sure you can keep your base, because without them, you get nothing. Always lock down your base and then start reaching out to others or other sections of the population. This is demonstrated when the NDP failed in the 2015 Canadian election, which was resultant by them moving too far to the right for their base to stomach. And as a result, their base moved straight towards the Liberals. Now, for Hillary, she didn't not pander so much as aid her base as much as she could have. She always looked down upon her base members. She demoralized the former Bernie Sanders supporters, and she moved too far to the right for their liking. This is not including her various scandals where she was given quite a lot of money from Goldman Sachs, her history of continuing hawkish positions and hawkish actions such as in Libya, Syria, and Iraq. And this also does not also consider the fact that she had her questions leaked towards her during the primaries. And by questions, I mean official debate questions. The lack of transparency and the corruption in the DNC resulted in her losing or having a reduced turnout. This altogether means that if Hillary Clinton had maintained a transparent nature, had committed to at least somewhat anti-corruption forward or anti-corruption purge in the Democratic National Convention, she would have won the election. Now, the second reason why Hillary Clinton lost the election to Donald Trump was because of his rhetoric to push back jobs in the United States. Now, the jobs that the United States is wishing for, or the working class of the US is wishing for, will not return. This is primarily due to automation and the fact that the free trade agreement or the free trade consensus of the last 40 years had made these alliances so interlocking that removing them would be disastrous to not just the world economy, but to production itself. It would be disastrous to everyone. as a result, but back on topic, if his promise, Donald Trump's promises appeal to the base or to his base of supporters. This is made up of upper middle class, so white Americans, and to lower or working class Midwest white Americans who have lost their jobs. Altogether, this also appealed to some minorities. If you look through the polls, you'll recognize that Hillary Clinton received a lower minority share among Black Americans and Hispanics than Donald Trump did. I mean, not Donald Trump, I mean Obama did. This altogether means that Donald Trump's appeal to the working man was enough to offset some of his racial prejudice. Of course, he still lost them in the voting record or the voting pattern, but the disparity was much lower than what was expected. Altogether, this pushing of his base and energizing his base, combined with Hillary Clinton's demoralizing of her base, allowed Donald Trump to win. Now, the consequence of this is that it's going to affect everybody. Australia, Europe, East Asia. I think I've already read a piece somewhere that some of the right-wing politicians of South Korea and Japan are considering nuclear armament. It's going to affect South Africa, it's going to affect Western Africa, it's certainly going to affect Latin America with Donald Trump's rhetoric and racist overtones to Mexico. And it's certainly going to affect the relationship between the United States to China. Altogether, though, I think Donald Trump's rise was not just a backlash against the perceived and true corruption of Hillary Clinton, but due to the failures of the Obama administration and their policies, which are largely Republican. Hillary Clinton's own platform is to the right of Richard Nixon, if you ignore some of the social aspects, such as same-sex marriage. Obama's platform is certainly considered what would be the rhetoric of Ronald Reagan's. And altogether, this demonstrates how far everybody has shifted to the right. Nobody talks about increasing healthcare funding in Australia or America. Nobody talks about single payer except for some fringe socialists or Bernie Sanders, but they are not considered seriously by the mainstream. And altogether, it's kind of tragic but understandable. Thank you. My name is Sanjin Raman, and this is The Analyst.